Good morning. It's Diane Murphy with Century 21 Woodland here in Eureka Springs. Thank you so much for joining me again for coffee and a local real estate market update. Hope you're having a happy day so far. So last time I gave you an update on the whole past year, and there was a lot of changes, a lot of new trends, and a lot of real estate sales last year. All that has continued through this year so far. So January was another record-breaking month in our market. There was over $8 million worth of real estate that was sold in January compared to an average January, which would have 4 to 5 million in sales. So that's a huge difference. And in addition to that, there's still a number of properties pending in the market, so it's certainly an indicator that that trend is going to continue for a while at least. So in the Eureka Springs market, and I'm including in town, out in the country, out at the lake, everything with a Eureka Springs address, there's currently 71 properties pending under contract. But what I think is really interesting about that is the makeup of the different types of properties. So 6 of those properties are commercial, 2 of them are multifamily residential, 27 of them are single family residential, 35 are parcels of land. So that is a dramatic shift in the ratio. Normally, you would see the vast majority of properties under contract be single-family residential. It has been a really long time since we have seen a higher proportion of land sales than of home sales. Obviously, that's due to the shortage in inventory at the moment. Definitely more people wanting to move here than wanting to or needing to move out. So people are buying land with the intention of building now or building later, but one way or another, establishing a connection and an intention around Eureka Springs. So that's pretty exciting to see how that will continue to develop for us. The other thing that I think is really interesting around that is how quickly properties are going under contract. So traditionally, because we've been a market where most buyers come from out of the area, it's just taken longer to get properties sold. And so traditionally, we have been a market that has averaged 5 to 6 months of properties being on the market. Right now, of those 27 homes that are under contract, 15 of them went under contract within a month of being listed. And of those 15, 8 of those properties went under contract within a week, some of them within a couple of days. So it is a very big shift in how quickly people are responding, how quickly they need to respond. If you are seeing something that you're interested in, you just have to act quickly because the odds are it is going to disappear quickly. So that's been a really another interesting development as we get into this tighter and tighter real estate market here. At Holiday Island, there's a similar situation. There's 17 homes out there for under contract, or 17 properties out there under contract. 4 of them are land, and 13 of those are residential. I think the other thing that's very interesting, we get the question a lot, like, where are buyers coming from? And are they moving here? Are they buying second homes? Or what are they doing? And so there's been some shifts in all of that as well. So normally our buyer pool would come from the same area that our tourism pool comes from, the surrounding states. But we are seeing a much broader geographic reach right now. So just in our office, just with buyers that are currently under contract with our office, we have buyers not only from Texas and Missouri, which we would anticipate, we also have buyers from California, from Colorado, from Wyoming, and from Florida. And we have had other East Coast buyers last year, other West Coast buyers last year. It's definitely, we're just getting a broader reach and broader interest than we've traditionally gotten. So I think that's interesting as well. The other thing that we're noticing is that the vast majority of our buyers are actually intending to be full-time residents. They are not buying as a second home. Certainly some are, but honestly, the vast majority are full-time residents, and a good proportion of those are actually even first-time home buyers. So first-time home buyers that have a connection to the area or have already lived regionally and want to be connected with Eureka Springs. I really love the idea that we've got first-time home buyers who their intention is to build their life here. And the fact that a lot of them can work online is actually contributing to that. So I think that's been a really interesting and exciting development to get, more first-time home buyers or younger people. And so that's a great thing to be attracting to our area. The other thing that I really wanted to share with you is the protocols that we're using around COVID for showing buyers properties. I want to be sure that everybody is aware of the safe practices that are being implemented and practiced by everybody. So obviously we're all masking going into a home, whether the home is occupied or not occupied. We're also working with sellers to determine what other protocols sellers might want to have implemented. So some sellers are fine just masking, and then that's fine. Other sellers have requested, please have people use hand sanitizer before, they start opening our cabinets or our closets. Other sellers have requested that we use gloves. Other sellers have requested that we just limit the number of people in their home. So anyway, please know if you're contemplating being a seller, we will accommodate any requests that you have around that. And I will say other agents and the buyers have been very compliant in all of that. So just know we will work with you and make it as a safe and comfortable experience as possible on all of that. The other thing that we're really noticing in the last year related to buyers and showings is, of course, video becomes even more important. Video is a much easier way to see the relationships in the rooms than you can through standard photos. So as we're doing videos on our listings and posting those, that's giving people a better idea of the layout of a home. But the other thing that we've really noticed is buyers' interest in having virtual showings. So there's buyers that haven't been able to make it here due to travel restrictions or due to health concerns or honestly due to time constraints because the market is moving so quickly. Then they just can't get here that quickly. We've been doing virtual showings, and a surprising number of people are purchasing based on that virtual showing. Obviously, we prefer that you come and that you look at it in person and that you make sure that you know all the things. But we will absolutely accommodate that and make that happen if that's what works better for you as a buyer. So anyway, hey, if you have any questions or topics that you're interested in having me address in the future, send me a message or type something in the comments, and we'll look at doing that for you. In the meantime, thanks for joining me today, and go have a really happy, relaxed, nice rest of your weekend. Thanks so much, everybody. Bye.